So today I'm talking about the second manga series that I'm going to do a video about. The first was Golgo 13. If you didn't see it, check back and you can check out the video for it, and hopefully it'll encourage you to pick up a copy of Golgo 13 because it's amazing. Today's series is called Gintama, and boy oh boy was this unique. So I don't think any nation on earth could produce something like this besides Japan. It's thinly veiled critiques of imperialism and immigration and all kinds of hot button issues that would stir up a lot of controversy, not just in the United States, but in many countries outside of Japan. So a little bit of the background of the story. It's analogous to, in Japanese history in the mid 1800s, Commodore Perry brought one of the U.S. fleets, and they told Japan, hey, listen, you open your ports or we're going to open them for you. And in the case of this manga series, it's not the Americans who come, it's aliens. And these aliens look like animals, and what they do is they come in and they sort of reshape the country, and they become the ones who are really pulling the strings, and the Japanese people are sort of, put under their boot heels. One of the first things they do is they come in and they take away all the weapons. They do away with samurai culture, and just all around things aren't going so good for a lot of people, and there's kind of nothing they can do about it. So these two characters that we're gonna follow in the manga, in the first volume, it's not an uprising, don't get me wrong. It's just sort of like many small rebellions. It's a very Confucian-sounding phrase, right? Many small rebellions. The story is incredibly inventive, incredibly unique. Again, I don't think you could produce this in any country besides Japan. I think politically correct people wanting to be politically correct would lose their mind. So, all in all, it was amazing. One of the things that really struck me about it is how funny it is. So there's several times I was reading this where I laughed out loud. It does some fourth wall breaking stuff, which is kind of overdone now. I mean, I feel like everybody does it, and it's not as funny as it used to be because it's not as unique as it used to be. But the fourth wall stuff in this is really funny. For example, one of the jokes that really made me laugh is this was serialized in a manga magazine called Shonen Jump, and a lot of really famous manga series were serialized in it. Well, there's this one story that begins with the main character has to go get the new copy of Shonen Jump at the store, and he's in a big rush to go get it. It's a very self-referential joke, but how it was done in the story was really funny. I'm interested to see where these characters go. It definitely makes me want to read on. It just all around a lot of cool stuff. Also, it has a different story in the end. So I guess it wasn't long enough to make an entire volume with. So he reprints the first story he ever wrote, and it's called Dandelion. And it's about these angels who are in charge of getting people who've died and taking them to the afterlife. And there's this old guy, and he doesn't want to die without saying goodbye to his wife. And these two angel agents, I guess you might call them, try to track him down. So it doesn't have anything to do with the real manga that you come for, but it was a really good story. And nice addition to the manga volume. Again, I'm really excited. One of the other things that I thought was really interesting about this story, there's like an aside about this alien prince who has a really dangerous pet. The pet gets loose. It's kind of like a Godzilla situation. The pet gets loose and starts destroying Tokyo. They call it Edo, because of the time period, but it starts destroying the city. And they have to catch it. They don't want to kill it because they're afraid of creating a political situation if they kill it. Overall, great. Absolutely great. And it's certainly a one-of-a-kind story. I understand where some people might have complaints because the humor might not land for them. The humor for me was 100% spot on. I thought it was really funny, but I understand if people, the humor doesn't land for them. And also, it is really weird. It's really, really unique. But that's what I liked about it. I felt like I wasn't reading the same thing I'd read 100 times. Yeah, so definitely check this one out. It's a definite must. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to have you back and have you check out some of my other videos. I do have another manga series coming down the pipeline that I'm going to read, if you've heard of Vagabond. So I read the first giant omnibus volume of Lone Wolf and Cub, and I really, really liked it. I just don't like the main character in it. I don't, he very much reflects a lot of like samurai values, and some of those I didn't really like. So in a lot of ways, for me, Lone Wolf and Cub, the main samurai, is sort of an anti-hero. So I did like a lot of the things about it. So someone recommended picking up Vagabond, so I guess I'm going to read that next. So if you subscribe and you set up notifications, you can be alerted when I finish Vagabond and post a video.